We've got a problem with the tractor. The hydraulics are moving slow. I'll show you that here in just a moment. Make sure we got neutral here. Put some gross water out. So let's see what we got going on. You can see I'm pulling hydraulics. So even on the best day, the hydraulics aren't fast on this tractor, but they're definitely faster than this. So I'm gonna have to wait for it to warm up a bit, get it back in the garage, and we're gonna change the filter on the John Deere 1050. And we'll get it back in there and get it changed here in just shortly. All right, so we just got done changing the filter, cleaning the screen, and then we put 5 gallons of the Harvest King Trans Hydraulic Oil Premium. It's for John Deere, approved for John Deere. We're gonna grab all the tools out, but let's see what we get if we start this thing up. Hydraulic problem solved. Okay, we're gonna get it cleaned up. Alright, this last big chunk. We're very loaded. Very loaded, that's how you say it, maybe overloaded, but we'll see. Alright, we've got quite the load of logs back there. Ethan's getting us some fuel. And there's some really massive logs on there. So we're gonna take a nice, slow, steady trip out to land. Okay, the tractor is here at the land. I was working on changing the hydraulic oil and filter again today. Just did that recently. Continue to struggle with it. Worked great for, I don't know, half hour around the house. Drove it out here and now it's not working worth a hoot. So something to do with that filter. And I think I'm gonna have to do what old Stevie Dan did to his filter, something like that. More to come on that. This is an expensive filter. This filter, as you can see, doesn't look dirty, but this filter goes to my John Deere 1050. I bought the John Deere 1050 back in 2016. It worked wonderfully for a long time. Hydraulics, not the fastest, but I mean, what do you expect for a late 80s, early 90s tractor, right? But I had a clutch issue with the tractor and I had it replaced. So they broke the tractor in half for me, fixed the clutch. These things are notorious. If you leave the clutch engaged when it's parked, that they can freeze up on the pressure plate and the flywheel get sort of bonded together. And I just figured I'm gonna go ahead and replace the clutch, the pressure plate, all that. So I had them do that, and they put on, not this, they had a different filter. And I brought it home and used it, and it was fine for a while, but then the hydraulics started acting up, where it would just seem like it had restricted, flow. So I changed the hydraulic fluid, thinking, well, maybe there was water in there, maybe something happened. And I looked at the screen, so there's two portions, if you've not seen that video that I've done before. So there's a drain plug, and then you pull that, filter housing out there, and that one you have to drain the whole tractor to do. And there's a screen over a filter there, and it worked. It did what it was supposed to, and it was plugged, and I thought, well, okay, maybe that's the issue. I cleaned that off. Put this on also, and it worked fine when I started up. It worked fine for, I don't know, a half hour to an hour. I was running it around, working with it, and then it started doing the same thing again. So yesterday, I drained the tractor again, looked at the screen filter. It was fine. It wasn't plugged up at all. And I put in a different Napa filter, smaller, but these are expensive filters. The Napa filter, which was far cheaper, was $35. I think this was 50 or 60 bucks. And today I'm going to modify it. And if you've not seen Stevie Dan's channel, I'll put a link to it. But he removed the inside of this housing, the paper and all that. And he's had good luck with his hydraulics. And, you say, well, is there a lot of wisdom in doing that? I think probably when I bought it, somebody had already done that. That's why I was able to use it for years and years and years without an issue. I mean, this, I've changed the filter. The filter's been changed 3 times now. And it's new fluid each time. So I know that it's not an issue with, sediment or anything in the filter. But I think that there's just, I think these, once they get saturated and swell, I don't think they flow real well. So I'm going to work on fixing that today. Well, destroying it, but hopefully fixing the tractor. Going to take quite a bit of cleaning to make sure this is good to go back in. All right, I am not going to lie to you. This was tough. It was really tough. And I don't think that I punctured it anywhere. That's good. But getting this all out, all that stuff there, that was difficult. The bottom has a plate that's almost goes across the full size of the bottom with just a few holes, one in the center. And that's where everything is put into a resin where all the paper and wire for the filter actually sit. So getting it out took me about 3 hours. And it was just a battle. Hopefully it still work. We're gonna have to test it out now. Oh, I should mention, I am going to wash this out because obviously there's a bunch of little fine wires and stuff in there. And hopefully it didn't tear up the threads too much. We'll see when we go to install it. Just got done washing this using some Dawn. Get it nice and degreased. before I grease it up again. Why'd you do that, Bob? Well, there's little wires in there. I used a magnet to clean it out first, but then I needed something really to swish around, and the oil was keeping stuff stuck to the sidewalls. So I degreased it, and hopefully it did what we need to do. Now we're going to try it in the tractor. Okay, so we're here at the land. I'm out in the pole barn, garage, whatever you want to call it. I brought the tractor out here, and yesterday we did a little bit of repair on the tractor. Really just changed the hydraulic fluid and filter again. And first half hour after that worked great. I thought, all right, we fixed it. I'm not going to have to do anything drastic. Well, I think I had to do something drastic. So I ended up coring out this filter, and I'll show you what I did there. And I am going to put a cored out filter on. This also has a screen filter for the hydraulic system. So I've got, some people online who have the same tractor, had some of these issues. And I never had an issue with the tractor initially. But once I had to have some work done on it, and they cracked the tractor in half and put it back together, then I started having these hydraulic problems. And I don't think it's an actual hydraulic issue. I think the guy who had the tractor before me probably did what I just did. So we're gonna swap this out and see if it fixes it. All right, so here is the filter I just put on yesterday after I drove it for about 45 minutes. Well, I worked it for a half hour, drove it for 45 minutes. Now the bucket won't lift up like it's supposed to. So I'm gonna crack this off and put on this other one. Oh, and by the way, I don't have any camera mounts or anything here. So I'm doing this while I'm laying under here. And if I sound sick, blame that on my daughter. She came home from college for spring break and brought some sickness with her. All right, so it's gonna be loud over there. But I'm hopeful. I wanna show you how fast the hydraulics are on this now. So let me stop this, flip the camera around, and show you what we got going on. So this is with the bypass filter. The oil was from changing the filter. Here, watch this. We'll go ahead and idle it down a little bit. Watch how fast this bucket is. That's promising, and hopefully we'll get a chance now. Brought the tractor out here. So first of all, got the post hole digger here, an auger. We're gonna need that. We've got our dirty from hanging outside. Look at all that sat underneath the tree. Had it covered with a tarp, still didn't do it. But we've got our rototiller here, and we've got our site. We're gonna put the first cabin up. And we're also looking to plant pumpkins this year too. So I have to bring my back blade out. I'll throw that in the back of the truck. But yeah, I'm excited. I wish it was done, 3 weeks ago, 3 months ago. I don't know, 6 months ago, when I started having problems, but we'll see how it does now. All I didn't change hydraulic fluid or anything. I just cored out that filter, and I've got another one here if I need to change it back, the one that was just on it, I can. But yeah, excited. Now we need some work done. Of course, we're supposed to get 3 to 6 inches of snow tomorrow, so there's that. But all right, we'll catch you later. Oh, and let me flip the camera. Remember, give me a thumbs up, give me a like, follow, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. I never say that, I always forget to say it, so I'm gonna try to get that in more. If you're looking for information on the John Deere 1050. Thanks for stopping by. Another good channel, Stevie Dan's channel. I'll try to post a link. And I've got some stuff from 1050. He's got some stuff from the 1050. I think we're probably the two of the people who have more of the stuff online. But yeah, looking forward to get this thing out there working again.